A lover asks his beloved, "Do you love yourself more than you love me?" The beloved replies, "I have died to myself and I live only for you. I have disappeared to myself and I'm present only to you. I have forgotten all of my learnings, but from knowing you, I have become a scholar. I love myself. I love you. I love you. I love myself. I love myself. I love you. I love you. I love myself. The way of love. The way of love is not a subtle argument. The door there is devastation. The birds make great sky circles of their freedom. How do they do that? How do they do that? They fall. They fall. They fall. And falling, they are given wings. She had done something. Nobody knew what it was. But it made her father so mad that he dragged her out of the house and down the cliff and threw her into the ocean. There the fish, they ate her flesh. They plucked out her eyes, and there her skeleton turned over and over and over. And the fishermen in the village said, "Don't go there. Don't go there. That part of the ocean is haunted." But there was this one fisherman. He was out fishing one day, and he was looking for a big, fat fish. And he goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Deeper into the ocean he goes, too far away from the shore. And there his hook gets caught in the bones of the rib cage of the skeleton woman. Oh, he says, "Wow! Oh, ha! I have finally caught my big fat fish." Imagine he goes into this kind of a, fantasy land. Imagine how many people this big fat fish can feed. How long I will not have to, go hunting anymore. I'll be free. So he's very excited, but right then the ocean gets very wild and turbulent because the one underneath was trying to untangle herself from the hook, and the more she tries to untangle herself, the more entangled she gets. And because he had to turn around to fix the sails, he does not see her bald head rising slowly above the waves. And he's just fixing his sails, and then finally her skeleton is fully up hanging. hanging by the stick. He does not see the corals shining in her skeleton. Finally, when he picks up the fish net and turns around and his heart falls into his knees. His ears are red. He's so terrified. He screams again. With his oar, he starts trying to push her away, not realizing that she is stuck to his line. And like a madman that has just seen the demon, he goes on paddling, more and more and more paddling. And then he doesn't realize that he is more frightened because he thinks that the skeleton woman is actually walking with her toes on the water when she is actually just stuck to his line. So finally he reaches the shore and he jumps out of the boat and he starts running for his life, not realizing that on his stick is still the skeleton woman. He runs over the rocks and she's right there behind him. He runs in the cold tundra, she's right there, bumpity bump behind him. And then finally he runs over the fish drying on the floor, on the ground, and she is right there behind him. In fact, she was gobbling some fish along the way because she was so hungry. So finally, when he reaches his house, oh my goodness, he's so relieved. He goes in through the tunnel into his snow house on his elbows, on his knees, panting, breathing, and just finally when he reaches his dark corner, he's just shivering and shaking and sobbing from fear. He was so scared. And he's like, thank God, I'm safe at last. Thank God, thank Raven, I'm safe at last. I'm safe at last. Finally, he calms himself down. He calms his nerves down. He calms his fluttering heartbeat down. And then finally, he gets up to light the lamp. And as soon as he lights the lamp, there he sees her again. But she's there like a big lump and just totally entangled all around herself. Her one foot is stuck in her rib cage, other foot is stuck in her shoulder, and her other knee is stuck in her elbow. She's all entangled. Now he doesn't know why, what it was that he didn't feel so scared of her anymore. In fact, he felt kindness and compassion for her. Maybe it was the warmth of the light that changed her features and made her look a little less scary. Or maybe that fish that she gobbled along the way maybe made her look a little less scary. Or maybe because he was a lonely man. He reaches closer to her and like a mother to a child, untangles her little by little. Oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. And completely, when she is fully like the way a human skeleton is supposed to be, he wraps her around in warm furs. And then finally, he starts feeling drowsy. So he goes and lays down under his blankets. And the way it happens with some of us humans sometimes, when we are dreaming and a teardrop escapes our eye. The same thing happened with this dreamer. We don't know exactly what kind of dream makes this happen. Maybe it's a dream of sadness. Maybe it's a dream of longing. But the skeleton woman sees this tear, it's glinting and, all bright in the light. And immediately she tinkled and clinkled and crawled her way towards the tear. And she places her mouth at his tear. And suddenly it became like a river, that tear. She drinks and she drinks and she drinks from it. She was so thirsty since such a long time. And then she takes out his drumming heart and places it between her legs, and she starts drumming on it. Boom, 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 boom. She begins to sing. Flesh, 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 flesh. The more she sang, the more flesh she got. She sang for beautiful hair and eyes and plump hands. She sings for the middle of her legs and breasts to stay warm. And finally, when she has everything that a woman wants, she places the drumming heart back into him, and she sings his clothes away. And then slowly she crept in to the bed next to him, skin to skin. And that is how they wake up, tangled, wrapped around each other. Tangled from the previous night, but now tangled in a very, very different way. In a loving kind of way, in a lasting kind of a way, in a good kind of a way. And people say that they are often found going away, getting lost in the oceans, and they are often fed by the undersea creatures that she had known through her journey under the ocean. And they say also that this is true. This is true, my love, that the lightning flash in the light of your eyes make the clouds in my heart explode and blaze. This is true, my love, that your sweet lips are red like a blushing bride. This is true, my love, that the touch of your hot breath intoxicates my soul. That your voice makes the world fall silent to hear your song. Your voice makes the world fall silent to hear your song. And the universe is nothing. The universe is nothing but your lovemaking. The universe is nothing but your lovemaking. The universe is nothing but your lovemaking. This is true. My love. This